I'm going to show you why it is I like using PaintShop Pro version 7, the 16-year-old version of PaintShop Pro, for doing light design work, simple things like adding name and year to senior portraits. What we have here in PaintShop Pro 7, the browser area, is the 30 or so favorite images from this senior portrait package. This customer received about 60 edited images, and about half of those, about 30 of my favorites, are here in this folder. These are copies of the originals, because I'm going to add the name and the year just to the copies. I'm going to start with just any one of these images. I'm going to grab one with a lot of negative space in it so I have room to work. I'm going to grab my text tool. I'm going to make sure that my fill color is white, and then I'm going to type in Amelia 2016. I'm going to change that font to one of my favorites. We'll go with Sophia Script. Make that a little larger so we can work with it. I'm just going to size it. It's a vector object. That means I can do pretty much anything I want with it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to character shapes. That means each one of these separate letters is now a shape, so that I can shape it, change it. I'm going to grab all of 2016 and size it down. Slide that underneath my Amelia. I'm going to grab all of it, pull it out here, and then I can just kind of work with it. We'll give it some style. And voila, I've done it. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to make it a new image. It's now an image on a transparency, but that's just kind of a backup. I'm just going to store that down here in the corner. Now that I've done that and I've added this, I'm just going to click Save. That's going to save it right back into that same folder. These are copies, remember, not the originals. Now I'm going to open up any other image. I'll start at the top and work my way through. And that text that I created in that shape is saved on my clipboard. So I just paste from my clipboard as a new layer, position it where I want it, click Save. Open up my next one, paste it. Now that doesn't show up very well, so I'm going to change that to a raster layer and hit my drop shadow button and make that pop just a little bit. Save it and move on. Paste, position, want that a little smaller, save, and move on. Let's move ahead a little bit. Let's grab something interesting. Here's a black and white one. Paste, move it. We're going to make this one black instead. Properties, change the color, make that black. Put it where we can see it. Save. Those individual letters are each their own object. So as I put this in here, if I want to, I can take just that A and color match it to the red in her shirt. And I can take that year and I can color match it to the blue in her jeans. And even though I don't particularly like this, it's just really obvious that it's easy that you can very quickly and easily change things because you're talking about vector objects. And click Save. Work my way through all of the images. And we'll look at just a couple more. Paste as a layer. Put this one right dead center. Paste as a layer. Position it where I want it. Resize it just a little. And save. Now you notice when I go to save, it says, because of the limitations of this file format, it's going to be merged into a single layer. I'm saving it as a JPEG. but I've been working on it in layers. JPEGs cannot retain layers, but we don't care. We're going to flatten it and save it as a JPEG. And save. Let's see if any of these look dramatically different from the other ones, just so we can pop them open. We'll add a little drop shadow to that one. Make sure we can read it. Save. One last one. And save. The senior will get a folder called Prints, a folder called Facebook and Email, a folder called Wallets, and in some cases a folder called Extras. They may also sometimes get a folder called Collage or Poster, and it'll be a collage of the best pictures designed to be printed as a 20 by 30. And that is why I like using PaintShop Pro 7 for light design work and simple things like putting a name and year on senior portrait pictures. Two powerful tools that make that possible. One, you can work in layers, and two, you can work with vector objects. I guess we'll take one more quick look here at how powerful vector objects are. Let's pop open this one. We're going to add our text. Remember that each of those separate letters is its own vector object. So I'm going to grab just the A and make it bigger, a lot bigger. And then I'm going to decide that I really want to edit that A. Because it's a vector object, I can. I don't like this tail at all. I'm going to get rid of it. I want to angle this a little more. I can. I can do whatever I want to that A because it's a vector object. And then once it's been edited, I can size it any way I want. I can rotate it. I can change its color. I can do absolutely anything with it. PaintShop Pro 7. So old, it's free.